Hello, Self Cosmos Ohana. Soul Dr. Nick here. Today is, Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. Around 9:30 a.m. in the morning in the sunshine on the rooftop patio, feeling the warmth, but also feeling the breath because it's definitely less than 10 degrees and probably, except when you're in the sun, it definitely feels warmer. I haven't lit the fire because I feel like it's warm enough. Didn't feel like chasing my cat, so I didn't let him out. The balloons almost flew away. Family's up. And this is Magic Mirror Works. This is for me, by me, through me. And what is there here? What is there? Well, part of it is after listening to Jack Mahler's show, they had like the Monday morning show. Why, hello, bird. Huh. Little bird landed on the balcony for a second. That maybe I'll have to do a kind of a YouTube live, like once every month, once every week, something like that, and just rant and riff and see what happens and not worry about things. But if I do that, there is a piece that, responding to comments, all that stuff. How do I incorporate and how do I let it go? So it'll come when it's supposed to. The other side is just in the reading of Bob Frizzell's book, Something in This Book is True. Seeing the nature of reality and unreality, like this 3D reality that we've assumed is real. Like, if it can be measured, if it can be quantified, if it has time-based properties, it's real, as opposed to that's the unreality. The reality is the experience of what we consider reality. And that I'll have my own reality and someone else have their own reality. We're each in our own reality bubbles. There's some consensus and there's distinct differences. And it's funny that our legal system is based on the 3D reality. So many things are trying to ground us back into the 3D reality. Even those sayings that people have said unconsciously. The only thing that's true is death and taxes. Like, well, one is easy to disprove. Taxes did not exist all the time. When I was born, I didn't think taxes exists. And death, I actually have no experience of death yet. Like in terms of my own death. There's what I've been told is death. Is it a transition? Is it something else? I don't know. And I'm feeling pain in the back, almost back left heart right now as I say this. And I'm getting to know the sensations that come up. And I was saying this because one of the sensations that happens, I was awakened, or I woke before 2:22 a.m. because by the time I sat down to take a look at something and start getting set up for the morning, it was 2:22 a.m. on the clock. And I looked at it and I was like, all right, another sign. I've got to take a look at these, what they call angel numbers or repeating numbers right now. The book, John Velo Melchizedek's book, Serpent of Light, he talks about them briefly. But I want to take a look at these again. Not because it's the truth, but it might point me to some of the remembrance of what these numbers are trying to tell me. And in that moment of getting things ready, feeding my cat, getting things ready for my morning enema, I could have chosen either to start, and there was a feeling of that dread, that chill, that is there something here that I don't want to go explore the other rooms. The darkness is hard. I turned on the light, thankfully. I was like, you know what? Let's turn on the light. I ate the kind of nut chocolate bar that my dear friend Zen had given me a few days ago. And I just was able to be with that and say, you know what? I don't have to do things the same way every day. Because there's a part of me that wants to fast or has gotten in the pattern of fasting, gotten in the pattern of doing morning things. And then there's a part that realizes by going back to bed, which is what I eventually chose, I get to avoid the doingness of all the things that I know there are to do. I've got some insurance stuff to figure out. I've got homes to figure out. I've got people to connect with. I've got programs to create. I've got so much stuff on the plate of the to-do. And then now as well, reading Bob Frizzell's book, Something in This Book is True, being reminded the whole initial process of rebirthing is even getting in the bathtub, noticing when there's the desire to get out and staying for another 30 to 60 minutes at least, and what happens when you step beyond that level of that urgency. I've got to get to the next thing. And to do it differently, right? Because part of this is doing it differently. And that's part of the reason why I love my mornings. And it's going to be a work to reclaim my mornings, is because it gives me the space to practice lots of different modalities. And how do I practice these without just repeating the same ones? I was joking, I think, on Magic Mirror Work the other day. I have probably like one of the cleanest, most well-hydrated colons there is. And it doesn't have to be this way forever. And Right now I can still see it serving a purpose. Every time I do it in the morning, there's either listening to podcasts, reading books, meditating, experiencing life differently. So there's layers that I add onto it. And then there's the shifts in the morning. Right now it's important for me to have breakfast with my family. So I'm practicing doing that on a regular basis. There's the deciding of what to do today. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's like, oh, normally I would just be like, let's go with the family. Let's take the whole day. It's like, no, go do my own thing, join them. Go do my own thing, join them. Let them make a choice for themselves. Let myself make a choice for myself. And don't make it so rigid that I can't go back and forth when I want to, when I need to, when I choose to. And it could be even going out and me bring my computer and working somewhere instead of being with them the whole time. That totally is okay too. Doing work outside, I can see that as a possibility. But really important is to do some work, is to do some planning, is to do some callings, to leave some messages, to record some videos. Take a look at the scripts that I was given to me by TK and actually record some videos and try it out. It's been a while since I've tried that. It's funny, at this point in time, just to give myself context, I think I have 114 subscribers on YouTube. I really haven't touched Instagram in a while because the whole plan at that point was that our dear friend TK was going to take it and was going to take it to 10,000 people. I haven't really taken the time to take a look at the revamped website, which hasn't been done yet, and to give them guidance. And I'm going to create a little video for them today. What is it that I see? What is it that I want? What is it that I desire? And what is it that they can hear between the words? Because that's the work, is hearing between the words. And then changing the base states. Because right now I have a base state that I didn't realize of fear. I have a base state that's there that is almost an inhibitor, a block, and that's okay. I could blame the base state for being there, or I could practice being with the base state, saying thank you every day. I get to receive, I get to relive, I get to repattern this. I get to check in with my folks and see, how was this base state when I was growing up? What was there? I get to check in as well. I'm so grateful on the wealth side of things. The price of Bitcoin is hovering under 150,000 Canadian. Whenever it's under 150,000, I think it's a steal at this point in time. Doesn't mean it can't drop lower. And that's part of the trap, going, I've got to wait. I don't know what's going to happen. And either way, it's okay. Either way, it's a place to play. And then taking a look towards, how do I actually best sustain the work that I want to do? Probably about 1 week, at least a month, having an extended kind of bespoke ceremony and creating that regularly. I didn't get to create one for November, and definitely it felt like I'm missing. I probably won't create one for December, and that's okay. It's okay and it's not okay, right? It's okay and it's not okay. And just playing with it and trusting that as I create a clear portal for people to step into, it will get filled more regularly. And I get to play with how it gets filled. I get to play with how it gets filled. Regular massage, regular body work, regular self-connection. Highly recommended. Regular self-care. Highly recommended. Regular diet shifts. Highly recommended. Regular readings, listenings. Highly recommended. And what's possible. You know, be honest with what's possible. Notice what's possible. Have a few months even of what's possible. And they get to choose. You get to choose. If you want to come sooner, come sooner. If you want to come later, come later. Both are great options. Where in the world? Do we do this here in Vancouver? Do we do this in Vancouver Island? Do we do this in Hawaii? Do we do this in Moorea? All of these are possibilities. All just have a different exchange associated with it. Time frame, presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And not trying to create larger group sessions where people may not feel as integrated, where there is a more varied sense of responses. Inviting, supporting people to breathe towards their own completion. Inviting, supporting people to breathe towards their own completion. And just trusting that process, not trying to get it all. Not trying to get it all. Okay, that's important to start noticing for my Ohana breaths, not trying to get it all. Remembering to tell people, hey, when you feel like you've gotten to completion for this, It's okay. And then notice when you want to open the door again. If you do, it's okay. And when I give you touch points, it's just to remind yourself, what do I want to choose? Recognizing that there isn't a right and there isn't a wrong. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. What else is there right now? It's interesting seeing and hearing about all these places, whether it's Moorea, whether it's Kauai, islands in Hawaii, islands in the Tahitian, Lemurian islands, crystals. There's a skeletal, quartz crystal, which sounds really cool. And I want to read more and learn more about crystals as well, to acquire crystals that really are meaningful, to play with and let go of the spaces here to help sell all the things that aren't needed, to really plant the seeds for the help, the assistance that we want. And the vehicles are where it starts. The vehicles are where it starts. Places to camp, places to have fun, places to explore. Noticing the number of bedrooms that are needed. Noticing the right answers and the wrong answers. What do I actually want? I'm thinking about the Hayase, the converted camper already that has 100 and some thousand kilometers on it, that's diesel, that gets relatively good mileage, that that is converted already. But it isn't as smooth and as luxurious and as quiet probably as, obviously, our Lexus. And is that okay? Is that not okay? I really enjoy the smoothness and the luxuriousness of the Lexus. I don't want to lie. So the question is that what we want for the second vehicle right now? And then there's what else is there? There's another piece of sitting there in the background, thinking. It's just the sunshine. I'm trying to think, these are my places where I'm trying to hide into the future rather than deal with the present and clean up what the present is, the unraveling of what is right now, unraveling life as it is. And reliving, repatterning the birth story, the trauma of going from inside to outside, the trauma of the chill of the temperature, the trauma of the first breath and the cutting of the cord, the trauma of the clearing of the amniotic fluid, and that's probably the story. So I want to hear more about the story of my own birth. The story of my own birth. The story of my own birth. So let's actually ask about that, because I imagine my dad will remember the details of my birth. So there's a story of my birth, there's a story of my early years, there's a story of the abilities that I want to actually ask about, not as a blame thing, but as a better understanding thing, a better clarity thing. And that's the whole point of rebirthing that Leonard Orr got, and has probably been practiced by the Essenes even before the time of Jesus, and probably is a remembrance and a reminder. And being able to be with myself for all the ways that I breathed well, all the ways that I screwed up, and everything in between. We're just rediscovering ourselves. Thank you for the sunshine. Thank you for the sunshine. All right, I'll be back. Ciao for now.